So we'll move on to the BEP charts, and in this chart we'll be looking at profit volume chart. So this is a profit volume chart. So we'll explain like how this chart is set up. So to do this chart, there are only like two lines here. So on the y-axis, you have the profit and loss. So the profit and loss we have to put it here. And on the x-axis, we put the units. Okay, we put the units here. So basically there is going to be only one line here, and that's the line about profit and loss and units. So we should know what is the profit at 0 units and what's the profit at 700 units. Okay, so let's start. Any workings we'll put here. So 0 units which is sold at a price of 60, the amount is 0. And 700 units, sorry, that's a 900 units. 900 units into 60 will give you 54,000, right? So the axis is going to be, for 0 units it's going to be 0, 0. Okay, for sales it's going to be 0, 0, and it's going to be 0, 0, and it's also going to be 700, 54,000. Okay, so there are like going to be 2 points here. So first we'll mark these 2 points. We'll get a line. Okay, sorry, we don't need to do it for sales. We just have to do it for profit. So we can just eliminate this. So the next step is to get the variable cost. So the variable cost is going to be 30. So for 0 units, okay, for 0 units it's going to be how much? It's again going to be 0. And for 900 units, okay, I think this should be 900 units. For 900 units, it would be 27,000. So we'll get the contribution. So contribution here is 0. The contribution here is 27,000. So the last one is fixed cost. So fixed cost at 0 units is also a fixed cost. Okay, so that's going to be 10,000. Whether you produce units or not, it's going to be there, and fixed cost is here. So there are two numbers here. One, that's going to be when you produce 0 units, you will be incurring 10,000 loss, and when you are going to produce 900 units, you will incur a profit of 17,000. So we have like 2 points. So this have to be marked as a coordinate. So how do we mark this as a coordinate? First we'll take the 0. See, 0 is the x and the profit is the y. So 0, y. So that's about this point. The other point would be 900 units, 17,000. So there are 2 points here. So we'll copy a line. So first we'll mark at the 0. So this is the 0 units. Okay, this is the unit 0 units. At 0 unit, we are going to get 10,000 loss. So first I think we have to mark it. So we'll mark so this point is 0, and here we'll mark it as 5,000, 10,000, 15,000. These are loss. And on the other side, this is 5,000 of profit, 10,000 and 15,000. So when we mark 0 units and 10,000 loss, so here we have 1 point, so you can mark it there. And for 900 units, so 900 units, we have to extend the scale. We have to extend the scale a little bit, or else we won't get the 900 point. Or else we have to change this one. We'll change it as 200, 400, 600, 800, 1000. Okay, so this is the axis. So 900 would be a midpoint between 800 and 1000, and the profit was 17,000. So this point is 15,000. The little bit higher point, okay, I think little bit higher point we could mark it as 17,000, because you see there's a 2-line difference between 5,000, again 2 lines difference, again 2 lines difference. So each line, okay, each one line is approximately 2,500. Okay, so our line has cut, okay, this line, profit line, has cut at 400. So that point is the BEP. So we could put like this. Okay, see this point. Okay, this point is the break even point. Okay, in terms of units. This is the break even point. So if you see, it roughly cuts around 300 would be the midpoint. Okay, it's something like more than 300 and less than 400. Okay, so the BEP point is like more than 300. Okay, and 300 to 400 units. Okay, so we can't like get exactly, we have to get a graph sheet. But is it right? It will be right, because we have already worked out and we found out that the BEP in units was 333. So here also we are using the same question. So if you look at here, it is 333 units. 333 units. Okay, and it's like approximately coming here. Okay, because the midpoint is 300, the units is 300 to 400. Okay, so this should be the BEP, and BEP, when we use through a formula, it comes to 333. So hope you guys got an idea here. This is about how to create a profit volume chart. So we'll move on to our next chart. So this question was asked in June 2016 as a part of ACCA exam, and this is a BEP chart question. So what they have done is, they have given us a BEP chart and they are asking us a question. They're asking the question, state the break-even sales revenue. So they don't want the break-even units, they want the revenue for Swimco, and estimate to the nearest 10,000. Okay, so you just have to tell like what's a 10,000 amount. The company's profit if 500 athletes attend a training course. Okay, So first we have to state what is the break-even point. So we'll just mark it here. State BEP in amount. That's the first question. The second question is profit when 500 units. Okay, see here the athletes are the units, so we can find it out. So what is the BEP in amount? So there are three lines here. Okay, there are three lines here, line A, B, C, but the question does not tell which line is what. Okay, it's not telling which line is what, so that we only have to get it. Okay, so line A, B, C is there. What are these lines we have to find? So we'll start. So if you see, line A starts at 0 and keeps on going up. Okay, and after a point it falls down. So what could it be? That can maximum be only like three types of lines. One, it could be a sales line, fixed cost line, variable cost line, and a total cost line. Okay, so unless you know how a number functions, you will never know which line is what. So line A can be variable cost or sales because it starts from here. So mostly I think it cannot be a variable cost. Okay, it won't be a variable cost. Why? Because he has told that it is a break-even chart. Okay, in break-even chart, definitely you will have sales line, fixed cost line, and total cost line. Okay, in BEP chart, you will not get variable cost line. So you can say that. VC will not be shown in BEP chart. Okay, so this line will not be shown. So there are only like three more lines. So total variable, so the number which starts at 0, 0, okay, would usually be sales, because when you sell, you get an income. If you don't sell anything, you won't get an income. So only two lines will behave like that: sales and variable cost. As variable cost is not shown in this chart, okay, will not be shown in this chart, so it should be a sales line. Okay, so A is a sales line. Done. Now what is the C line? Okay, we'll think about C. See, if you look at the C line, it is usually fixed up to a unit. Thereafter it rises again, it is fixed for some more units. So this line should be a fixed cost. Okay, so it is a fixed cost. We can also say it is a step fixed cost. It can be either way, it can both be right, because up to here it is fixed cost. For 100 athletes it's 20,000, for 200 athletes it is 40,000. Okay, so we can say that it is a stepped fixed cost. Okay, so what is line B? See, line B, if you see, it is starting on origin point is the fixed cost. Okay, so line B starts at the fixed cost and it keeps going up. So line B should be the total cost, because it is fixed, it is total. Okay, it is starting from the fixed cost, but it is also like moving with the units. So this should be the total cost line. So we have got that. So our first question is state the BEP in amount. That is our first question. So how do we state it? Okay, the point at which the sales line crosses the total cost line is the BEP. Okay, it's the BEP. So that's a rule. So where does it cross? So if you see, it crosses, both the lines intersect at this point. Okay, so if you take this point, this is the BEP point. In units it is 300, and in amount it is 90,000. So we can put it like this. BEP in amount is 90,000 and BEP in units it is 300. Okay, so 90,000 is this side and the 300 is on this side. Okay, so I think we got that. So the next one is the company's profit if 500 athletes attend a training course. Okay, what would be the profit if 500 athletes attend the training course? Okay, so we can again take like this. See, the difference between the sales line and the total cost line is the profit for the given units. So the difference between this line and this line, okay, so mostly it is this area. If you see this area, okay, this area is the profitability, so we don't need to hide it. We'll see the line. So at 500 units, so you can put like this: sales at 500 units and total cost at 500 units. See, sales at 500 units is, this is 500 units. Okay, so the sales is 1,40,000 and line B, if you see, it is somewhere little bit higher. So I think it is, here it is 1,20,000, here it is 1,30,000. So in between 20 and 30 it is there. It's not at the middle, so it's not 1,25,000. It should be 1,23,000 or something. Okay, see, this is only a rough thing. Okay, 1,23,000. So the profit should be 17,000. Right? So we got that also. We got the second part of the answer. So the last one is, using the chart above, explain the cost and the revenue structure of the company. So how is the cost and revenue of the company is moving? Okay, so that's what he's asking. So we'll take again the three elements and we'll see how they are performing. So we'll move all this away and we'll take them later. So first we'll see how sales behaves. So sales, if you see, it is a straight line. Okay, it is a straight line. It means the price is almost kept at the same. Okay, irrespective of the units. So if you say what would be the price, selling price up to 400 units. Okay, 400 units is what? See, we can easily find out that at 400 units, the total sales is 1,20,000. So 1,20,000 divided by 400 will give us the answer. So the answer would be okay. So it is $300 per unit. So unit is an athlete, so it is 300. But beyond it, the price falls. Okay, the price falls. So for 500, the price is different. Okay, so selling price up to, okay, we don't need to find out what is there. Up to 500 units, the price falls and the price comes to 1,40,000 divided by 500. That means the company is giving a discount to get more customers. So what is the change in price? the price is 280. Okay, so selling price up to 500 units is 280. So that's how the revenue is being changing. Okay, so the next we'll move on to total cost line. So before moving to total cost line, I think we can see other lines. We can see fixed cost line. Fixed cost line, if you see, again, fixed cost up to 100 units, it's different. So what it is up to, I think we can't say 100, up to 200 we can say. Okay, up to 200 units, it's the same. Okay, so see, at the start of the 200 it is like rising, but up to 200 it seems to be only 20,000. Okay, up to 200 it is 20,000. So we can put it like that. It's $20,000. But fixed cost after 200 units is changing. Okay, and how much it is changing? It is going to 40,000. So all of a sudden it jumps and goes to 40,000. So that's about fixed cost. Let's get the variable cost. So variable cost line should be this line. Okay, this line. So if we deduct, okay, see, variable cost is like shifting at various places. It is rising at this point. See, it is rising suddenly in here, suddenly it is falling, and suddenly also it is like rising. So there are like several places it moves. So here is one change happening, and here is the second change happening. Okay, so in two places it is changing. So what we'll do is we'll find out in several places. So variable cost up to 100 units. Let's see how it works. So it is at 100 units, it is 40,000, right? It is 40,000, but we can't take it as 40 because there is a 20,000 which is there, because the number which is represent here, it is the total cost. So from total cost we have to remove the fixed cost, and this has to be divided by 100, right? So let's get the answer. Okay, so we have done that, and thereafter again it changes. So at 100 units, the variable cost is 200 per athlete. So we can take this, and thereafter it changes. Where it changes is, it changes at 200 units. So let's check. At 200 units, it is 80,000, 40,000, and 200 units. Okay, so at 200 units the total cost is 80,000, but that 80,000 includes the fixed cost, which is like now increased to 40,000. So let's see whether the hike in the total cost line is because of variable cost. No, see, the sudden hike here is not because of the variable cost. Okay, it's because of the fixed cost. Okay, so that is how the lines are changing. See, we don't need to work out total cost, that's unnecessary, because the line is like smooth. So if you see, the line is like as smooth as it is, and I don't think it's like much changing. So this is how it is changing. Each line changes in a different manner. Sales line is constant up to 400 units. Thereafter it is like falling. That is, the company is giving a discount here, a discount of 20. And fixed cost line is fixed up to 200. After that it jumps, so it is 40,000. Variable cost is not given fully. It is given as total cost. So total cost is given. From that we are deducting the fixed cost, and we are getting the variable cost per unit. So variable cost per unit is seems to be the same. Okay, so that's about this sum. We'll move on to the next one. So till now we have been like looking at uh, the break-even point for a singular products. So now we look at the break-even point when multiple products are given. So the formula that we have been using till now is has to be changed a little bit, and then we have to find out a answer. So this is called as multiple break-even point, or we can say that it is break-even point when it's like break-even point when multiple products, we can't sell units, products are given. Okay, so this is a different type of problem. So we have like three problems in this. We'll work out all the three. So we'll start from here. So the question asks these elements. So it is a lengthier problem. So it asks, calculate the weighted average contribution to sales ratio, calculate total break-even sales revenue for the next year, use the graph sheet provided, draw a multi-product PV chart showing the loss clearly. You have to draw two kinds of lines. You are able to sell the products in order of the ones with the highest CS ratio, and you also have to tell a constant mix ratio. Okay, you have to do two charts. Okay, in a single chart you have to show both, and this we'll do later. Comment on the findings, calculate BEP units first, and then find out the weighted average contribution per unit. Okay, so that is what he wants in the next question. Okay, so what we'll do, we will first find out these things. Okay, A, B, C, D, and E and F. E and F we will do separately as a we'll do separately in another question. Okay, we don't need to put all things in one. We will not have enough space in Excel itself. It won't look neat. So to make it look neat, we'll split the question into two parts and we'll work out. So we'll start. So you can read along the cursor. Okay, so they have given a lot of data here. So the data that we want is the most important. The data that we want is the first ratio to be computed is weighted average CS ratio. So the formula for weighted average CS ratio would be total sales revenue. So I think that is quite easy to find out, divided by total contribution. Okay, so earlier we didn't do like this. Okay, what we did is we divided the cost per the sales per unit divided by the contribution per unit. On the other hand, when we want in an alternative way, we could find out by sales by contribution. But here we want total. We want for all the units what's their sales and all the units what is their contribution. Okay, so let's find out. Okay, so he has clearly said that skilled and unskilled labor are variable. Okay, material is always variable. Okay, material cost is always variable. So all these four costs are variable cost. So when we deduct, we'll get the contribution. So let's get the contribution. So we got the contribution. Let's get the sales units so that we'll get the total contribution. So we'll multiply this units into the selling price per unit. So this is the total sales revenue for each product. We'll get the contribution. So total sales units into contribution. Okay, so what we want is the total of all these. Okay, we want total of all these. So the total of all the products would be, so this is the total sales and this is the total contribution. Okay, so our formula is total. Okay, I think I've made a mistake. It is total contribution divided by total sales. So that is the formula. Sorry, we have not done that properly. We'll get the answer. Total contribution is the numerator. Total sales is the denominator. Let's get the answer. We got the answer. So we'll get the fixed cost. The fixed cost is this number. So the break-even sales revenue is at this amount. Okay, at this sales amount, the company will make break-even. Okay, it will make break-even. So we can't tell in units because there are three types of products. So we can't tell it units. That's why we are doing it in amount. Okay, so we have done both these things. We have got our weighted average contribution to sales. We have also got total break-even sales. That also we got. The next one is to draw charts. So he's asking you two types of charts. One chart is to just draw the line. Okay, just draw the line. You are able to sell the products in order of the one with highest CS ratio. Okay, or you assume that you are selling it at constant mix. See, constant mix calculation is quite easy. Okay, so first we'll start from that chart. So how do we start with that? So we can get the PV chart data. We already did this PV chart. So from there we will get it and we'll work it out. Okay, so we'll start. Assume that your company sells 0 units. Okay, what would happen when you sell 0 units? We'll have 0 sales income, 0 variable cost, 0 contribution, but our fixed cost will be there. What is our fixed cost? Our fixed cost is 6,40,000. So that will always be there. So the loss will be 6,40,000. When we sell all the units, okay, when we sell all units, then what happens? When we sell all the units, we get a total sales of this much. So we have these numbers. So we can take these numbers and we'll just work it out. So this would be our sales. This would be our contribution. We don't need to find out the variable cost. You can just leave it. But our fixed cost will be the same. It's a 6,40,000 and we'll get a profit. So hopefully it is 6,40,000 or okay, that seems to be 6,40,000. Okay, we'll get the difference. Contribution minus fixed cost will give you the profit. So these are the elements which are important for us. So in 0 units it would be 0 comma okay 0 comma minus 64,000, 6,40,000. So I think we could cut 3 zeros also, and on the other side it's all the units put together. What is all the units? All the units is, you can add all the units, that comes to 68,000. So if you want, we can put the units here. All the units put together, it comes to 68,000. 68,000 units. Okay, so for 68,000 we can put it like this: 68,000 units, comma 252. Okay, this is the number. So these are the coordinates that we want. So and we can draw a line. So what we have done is we have removed 3 zeros. Okay, we are doing it in thousands. I think that's what we are doing. Okay, so we will remove 3 zeros because we don't need to okay, only in terms of amount we will remove 3 zeros. I think in units also we'll remove 3 zeros. Okay, we'll have it like this. So the maximum loss is 640. So we have that here, and all these numbers are shown in thousands, so that you have to mention, that has to be mentioned. So units is 68, or you can just have like 68,000. That won't be a problem. See, it's only for your convenience, so we can show it like that. So 68,000 is the maximum units. I think we'll show it as 70,000 units, but scale should be 20,000, 40,000, 60,000 and 80,000. Okay, 80,000 we can show. See, it's all about the scale only here. Okay, so we will have like this kind of scale. So we have to draw a line. Let's get the line now. So the line would be on this this coordinates, okay, 0 comma minus 640. So the 0 units is here. 640 should be somewhere in the here. Okay, that's a loss. And the profit was 68,000 units, 2520. So it is 68,000 units. 68,000 units will be somewhere. This is 60, this is 70. So I think this is the correct point. Therefore it becomes 80. And 2520. So 2520 should be here. Let's see. This is 500. 1000. This line is 1000, 1500, 2000, 2500. Okay, so this is the line. So you can see the break even point is this one. This is the break even point. So this is the break even point in units, or you can also put it in sales. See, that's only our wish. Okay, so see, this chart should be only shown in sales. We can't put it in units. Okay, so we'll get the total. Okay, I think we can put it in units itself. Okay, so this is BEP in units. Okay, so at 20,000 units itself, it break evens. Okay, but this 20,000 units is a combination of all the products. Okay, all the products, if it is being sold in a particular ratio, so the ratio is 20 units, 22 units, 26 units. In that ratio, it has to be sold. Only in that case, this break-even point holds correct. So now we will see in terms of which product has higher contribution, that we sell first. Okay, and then we work it out. So in that case, we will get the contribution per unit from the above table. This is the contribution per unit. Let's get the selling price. This is the selling price. So our CS ratio will be C divided by S. We sell according to the rank. So rank is, this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3. So we first sell these, then we move on to the next one. Okay, so in order to do this, we can't do it in units, we have to do it in revenue. So this line, okay, this line also should have been in sales only. Okay, sales. So sales, if you see, total sales is this number. Okay, just wait. So total sales is this value. So it should be 68,000. Okay, it can't be 68,000 units. It should have been the total sales. So total sales is 88, 40,000. 40,000. We will remove 3 zeros, so it will become 1, 2, 3. It becomes 8,840. So in our scale, if you see, we have to change our scale also. 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, and 8,000. Okay, if possible, we have to lengthen the scale, but I don't think this could be lengthened. So the total sales is 8,840. So we have to show that here. So we'll have like 2,500, or else it will not, we can't draw the graph properly. We will have this is 2,500, this has 5,000, this has 7,500, and this has 10,000. We'll show this as 10,000. So for the first line that we draw, we don't need to much change. Okay, the only difference is it is 8840 comma 2520. So 2520, so this is the y-axis, and on this side you have the x-axis. So it's going to be like this. So 8,000, okay, 800. So the center point would be, this is 75 and here it is 10. So the center point should be 8,250. Okay, so I think mostly it will be around there only. So okay, I think even even when we draw that kind of a line, it will still be there only. So but this is the BEP sales. Okay, BEP sales. So the BEP sales point is roughly, it would be roughly, BEP sales point would be more than 2,500. Should be more than 2,500. Okay, we have to check whether that is right. Break-even sales value was, we have already worked it out. See, break-even sales value is 1,800 if we don't take the zeros into account. Okay, we incur a loss of 640. 640 is correct. 2520 total profit. Okay, again we got the scale wrong. That seems to be the problem. This should be 25. Two more gap, this should be 75. Two more gap, this should be 75, and this should be this point should be 8,250. Okay, our coordination point was 8,840. So I think it will be it will go beyond our line. Okay, 8,840. So 8,250 here, 8,000 or 9,000 we have to go. So 9,000, okay, would be around, each one adds 1,250. Each box is 1,250. So eight thousand, I think this should be 8,750. This is 8,750. So I think we got the idea. Okay, 8,750 or approximately that, we get this point. Okay, so let's see our BEP, is it like correct or not? So this should be our break-even point. our break even point, see, it is less than this point is 1250. Okay, we are giving a scale of 1250. This is 1250, this is 2500. It is cutting between these two, so it is between 2500 and 1250 units. Okay, it is like cutting around it. So if you take, it's averagely, we can say that it's in between this, so it is averagely like this. So we can say it's around 1875. Okay, it's around 1875 BEP units. Is it right? Yes, it's around here. Okay, so we can't get the exact answer because it's not an exact graph, so we can't get that exactly. So that's about the first line. So we have to draw the second line based upon the contribution per unit. Okay, so we have already drawn a chart based on constant sales. We have drawn a chart. Now we have to draw a chart based on high CS ratio. So we have to start it from here. We'll do it now.